Anime original movies, continuation anime movies, filler anime movies, and anime movie adaptations. All four anime movie types lived in harmony until Demon Slayer attacked. Welcome to Daily Download December, and I'm just here to complain about something that's been bothering me, because in the last few years, ever since 2020, we have been getting an influx of anime movies that aren't just movies. They're literally just more of the TV show with adapting an arc from the manga just in movie form, and then they release it later as a TV show. You see, I'm an old head, I guess. I'm not that old. I started watching anime in the 2010s, but apparently that's old now because of I've heard crazy things young anime fans have said. I've heard people going like, "Oh man, no one knows what Soul Eater is." Bones, they only have My Hero Academia. Like, you don't know the history. Space Dandy, Reggae 7, Fullmetal Alchemist. It's like they got bangers. It's just like they don't know. They only know, like, oh yeah, Studio Mappa and Jujutsu Kaisen. It's just like, oh my god. But anyway, Demon Slayer in 2020 had the awesome idea to make a movie out of the arc, because the arc was too short to make, and they didn't want to make a full season, but it was too short to have a full season, so they just made it a movie, save some time, make a big production out of it, and it just so happened to come out during the right around the pandemic, so it had a free ride in theaters. Problem is that it made the most money. If I remember, it's like the most profitable animated movie in Japan, maybe barring like a Ghibli film or something. So it did so well, which is great. It literally helped the Japanese economy. That's how well it did. It buffed Demon Slayer as a brand, was on fire in 2020. I don't know what happened. I'm not a big Demon Slayer guy personally, but whatever happened in 2020 and 2019, Demon Slayer became the thing that everyone loved in Japan or in America. It was crazy, absolutely insanely popular. So it made the most money ever, and it's like, that's great for it. You know, I like when it's a quality product, like, I'm sure. So like, good for it, you know. But then it caused a ripple effect. Now all these studios are making movies of their shows, even when they don't need them. See, the thing is, back in the day, for 2020, anime movies, like I said at the beginning of this video, like, there was four types. There was anime original movies, which were usually, it's completely original ideas. There was adaptations of usually a light novel or a manga volume, or like a portion of a manga that hasn't been adapted, like Ghost of the Shell, Akira, things like that, adaptations, but like loose adaptations most of the time. But adaptations, but not a continuation of a show. But then there were the few, and it ends in a movie. Like, you get the Cowboy Bebop movie, or Guns N' Panzer. It's like Index has a movie, and usually they were either a continuation. It's like they were usually canon, and usually maybe adapted like the end of the series. Maybe it was a big finale or a big event, so it got a movie, and usually that would be like the last thing you would hear from a series, is that it came out as a TV show, then it got a movie. And that was fine. And then there was also the filler movies, things like the Naruto, One Piece, Bleach movies, where they come out with movies that have high production values, and are just fun what-if stories that aren't really high quality, but you watch it for the animation. I don't know what started that. I would have to guess Dragon Ball did it first, but everyone like that used to be the thing. It's like, so those were the split up of what you would do. You would never really release the continuation of your series if you were planning to make a season 2 while releasing a movie in theaters, because that would mess up your audience, especially in modern day, where now movies are getting released globally, so that would mess up your pacing. This has now been changed. There's I think a thing for me, like, why is Spy Family getting a movie? I don't remember completely if it's getting like a continue, but it shouldn't be getting a movie at all, honestly, because sorry, I'm looking it up right now. Spy Family movie, because season 2 is out right now, but they're wasting time on a movie. Yeah, Family Code White. And is it an adaptation of an arc, or is it just, you know, an original? Let's find out together. I'll maybe cut some of this out. Okay, so the movie is anime original, from what I can tell. It's anime original. So, but it's not a filler movie, because it's not like the Naruto and Bleach movies, where those movies were literally objectively not canon, like, or the My Hero, or in modern day terms, the My Hero movies, where they're kind of canon but they never get mentioned ever. This is probably more in line with the My Hero movies, which is better. But why does it have a movie in the first place? This isn't a shonen blockbuster. This isn't an action show. This is Spy Family. This is a chill show that has some light action and spy and assassin elements thrown in for the sake of the theming. But it is not an action show, or it doesn't need a movie to do. But it's getting one. And I have this sneaking suspicion that it's Demon Slayer's Fall. Another show of Demon Slayer's Fall is Eminence in Shadow. Eminence in Shadow is an isekai anime that came out, did well, got a second season, did well, and then they announced a movie that's just going to adapt an arc. Why? Well, just put it in the next season. If you're that confident, just put it in the next season. But nope. Movies could possibly make more money for the corporations, because let's be real, the animators aren't making money off of this. We know they aren't. You know what happened to Jujutsu Kaisen 0? Anyone remember that? They made that in 6 months. They made it in 6 months, when the average for making an anime movie is 3 to 4 years. They made that in 6 months. Maybe, and that's too fast, and they barely got any money. They barely got paid for it, because MAPPA is a terrible studio, and I can't support anything that they do. But this is the stuff that they're doing. They're working these animators to death, making movie products on TV show budgets, and then just releasing them on a louder scale, hoping to make a big impact, because movies, for some reason, just get more attention than TV shows, probably because anime usually airs pretty late at night, unless, you know, you're shonen. So it's like people actually will come out to see the movie, even though they haven't seen the show, which is weird. But you know, whatever, and it started a real bad chain reaction, and it's Demon Slayer's fault, but, like, you know, I don't know if Demon Slayer predicted this would happen, but there's, like, I only label, like, 2 recent examples, those are 2 examples that bother me currently, but just look into it. There's tons of anime movies that are just coming out for no reason. Oh, a perfect example. Another perfect example, the Haikyuu movies. Anyone ever think that's kind of weird? We got 4 seasons of Haikyuu, but then they're making in the last one's movies, and they're gonna ruin the pacing, and everyone knows they're gonna ruin the pacing, but we all just have to sit here and let it happen to us. Just let it happen. Why is Otome game girl thing getting a movie? Why is that getting a movie? That doesn't need a movie. Girls in Panzer is getting another movie. It hasn't got a movie in years. Apparently it already came out. Yeah, it came out in October. And I think that the biggest problem with this is that if this keeps happening, we keep getting just the TV shows getting movies that they don't really need, because not everything needs a movie. Not everything is that sort of pedigree, or maybe doesn't even work in a movie format. If we keep getting things like this, and they keep being semi-successful, or even if they aren't successful, and just this is what people think that they need to do now, just keep making movies despite them not making sense to make. it's kind of low-key killing anime original movies. There's there's less of them now. It's like there's so many great anime original movies, or at least adaptations, that used to come out like all the time, but I never hear anyone talking about them anymore. They just don't exist. It's franchise movie, franchise movie, franchise movie, franchise movie, franchise movie, and yeah, now this is sounding like like doomer, and I'm not a doomer, okay? It's just that it's like I like big blockbusters just like everybody else. I'm not smarter than you. You're not smarter than me. We all have things that we enjoy. It's just that I think for the health of the industry, because there's a lot of things wrong with current anime that I'm not really a big fan of. The over-reliance on isekai and fantasy, not diversifying the genres, overworking the workers, producing way much over your means, to sacrificing animation quality for the sake of getting something out. There's so much stuff that was always happening before, always happening. I had a whole isekai video planned that I just canned because it's too late now. But it's like there's a lot of things that have always been wrong with anime, and as anime keeps making more money, but they keep not changing. They keep not changing how anime is made. It keeps creating bigger problems that were small problems before. There were always anime movies, but now there's too many, and now they're too integral. And as an American, it's impossible for us to keep up with this stuff, because sometimes a movie doesn't get licensed. Sometimes someone doesn't rip it and sub it and upload it in a timely manner. And then sometimes the next season comes out and you don't know what's going on because you missed a movie and it isn't on your preferable streaming service. And is that your fault? No, it's not your fault. But you missed it. Oh man, sorry, you don't understand the story now because they skipped it. It's like, oh man, they're referencing stuff that you missed because there was a movie that you couldn't see because it didn't get released in theaters. And if it did get released in theaters, because for some reason anime movies don't have proper licensing rights, it's only over here for like a day or 2 days, or if you're Dragon Ball, maybe a month, which is ridiculous. They should get proper theatrical releases if this is going to be a consistent part of the future, but it shouldn't even be that. It's a mess, and it's only probably going to get worse, because Demon Slayer showed that it is definitely worth it. They're releasing episodes of shows in theaters and calling it a movie now. Like, I get it, Demon Slayer is beautifully animated. Well, man. And I don't want to get into that. My opinions on Demon Slayer animation and Ufotable as a whole, as I think they cheat a lot. But anyway, it's a little upsetting. And I hope that this doesn't become a permanent thing. This was just something I wanted to complain about, because this was a thought that was bouncing around in my head. I still have another video that is sitting around. It's just sitting in my drafts. I have it ready. It's done. But this came into my mind earlier today, and I just was putting off recording it. But yeah. See you all tomorrow. I'll figure something out.